Then we are back with Learning That Number podcast. Um, Ben, can you believe it's been a whole year since we started up?
A whole year, and we're still here. We haven't killed each other. No one
It's,
else.
do
No
you know
one
what?
else.
We've actually done quite well, to be fair.
No one else has killed us. So,
Not yet.
yeah, not
So, a
yet.
certain
Anyway.
certain person may be plotting it, but
Oh, aye. Oh, we all know about that.
yeah. Um, so what highlights have we got from the year? I mean, we've had a lot, quite a lot of people from within the rugby league family on the podcast. Got to list them, and then we'll just chat about the interviews we've done.
List them.
So. I'm going to shout out Liam Burbage first. Everton England amputee footballer. He came on early doors.
Hmm.
Um, Paul Locklin, Moy Fasafalou, Derek Beaumont, Alan Hunt, Steve Hampson, Paul Sculthorpe, James Graham, Paul Wellens, Leon Price, Sean Long, Stu Fielden, Mickey Hyam, and coming up tomorrow, Phil Vivers. Um, I mean, how the hell did we get these big names in our first year?
All I got to say, it's down to your hard work there, Gaz, and asking the question. So, not no hat, but my headphones tip to you. Done a great job with the interviews,
Aye.
and Um, we've got a lot more planned. Obviously, it's all
Yeah,
maybes, and we can't say until we've tied people down. But we know there's a few that could happen in the new year. And like we said, I think I said last episode, if we know
fingers
it's
crossed.
a close community, the rugby league family. So if you yourself have a role that you want to speak about, something you're doing, or you know an ex-player, ex-staff member, get involved. Like we said last week, we're going to push that when we have a break. We want people getting involved. So, yeah, hopefully more of that to come. And don't miss Phil Vivers tomorrow.
Yeah, so this will be the penultimate podcast of the year. We're going to be shutting up shop. We'll still try and put content out on social media, even
And
though
I,
I've got a straight warning on TikTok for something completely innocent.
well, what did they get you for? Because it's all
Like, so
automated
do you
nonsense.
know do you know that scene in Ted where they're shouting at each other out the window?
Oh yeah,
Right. So the top the two windows have put the Saints badge and the Wigan badge. So they're shouting at each other. And then when the other one pops up and they start kicking off of that one, I put the Warrington badge. No, because they like to gag in.
yeah.
And apparently it's bullying and harassment. So what were your two words to that, Ben?
Oh, what two words can I say on the podcast
Grow
that'd be
up.
appropriate? Grow up is probably the one. If anyone's
Oh
actually
God.
reported that, like
No, it
seriously,
just flagged up straight away, so it must have been
right,
an
one of
automatic
the
thing.
automated nonsense.
Yeah,
Right,
I took
well,
it down just in case because no one was getting kicked off the. Um, yeah, I mean, one of the highlights for me obviously was having James Graham and how open and honest he was with himself, really.
yeah, and that's probably one of my highlights. Getting Graham on, you know, huge podcast media work in the Australia for TV, and was willing to come down to us. Pretty very small in comparison first year, and not only came but was engaged and actually
Yeah,
like didn't phone it in, was passionate. Um, you know, who knows if the stars ever align in the future, being able to get him for a proper long
yeah,
form interview on his career, that would be the dream. But very happy to get what we got.
yeah. I mean, getting the likes of Graham Wellens, Leon Price, Sean Long, Stu Fielden for even just for 2, 3 minutes. It's a big shout out and a big thank you to Liam Fox from the
Thank you.
Bryn Agries Memorial game. Really looked after us regarding that, so massive thank you to him. Um,
Yeah.
some other big names that we got. I mean, depends on your era. For me, Alan Hunt, Steve Hampson were big names for me as a kid. Um, yeah, Alan Hunt mainly, obviously
Well,
Saints
well
legend.
I think it's I really like the older players. Don't insult anyone. The older players, because obviously we're a much smaller sport, rugby league, and I think clubs. do what they can. I don't think Sky really does much of anything. They do
It was nice to
sometimes do
see Alan Hunt
interviews,
involved with the Saints promo
extraordinary.
for the new shirt.
But yeah, but I think it's important because I don't think we honour ex greats like football does, like even maybe rugby union does. We don't have like a whole host of. Well, like I said, it's a smaller sport. It's a small punditry team on one channel. So fair enough, they do. They've got ex players in there, and that's good. And the clubs do a little bit, but not to the extent where, like, as a younger fan, I knew everything. As a younger Liverpool fan, I knew about Ian Rush, everything, and he was always on. He was on TV a fair bit, and books came out. Big autobiographies. I think a lot of the younger fan base might miss. They might know the names, but they might miss ever seeing
Speaking
them
of books,
speak and
I'm gonna plug this
interacting with
while we're
some
on
of
the
the older
subject of
ones. So
books. Just while we're on the subject,
go.
go and get
I'll
your
pretend that
copy of
was a
Channy
deliberate
Crowell's book.
segue. There we go.
And she was very kind enough to
Go
sign
and
it
get
for me.
it.
So thank you, Channa. Carry on.
Thank you very much. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, there we go. We got another one.
No, I'll just drop your vape on the floor.
So
So to
yeah,
pick
so
it
I
up.
really love those, and I want. I hope we can get more of them because I think it's important for that respect and honouring. The everyone in sport. You always stand on the shoulder of giants that came before you. That, as the saying goes, and stuff like Hunt. Even Fassavlu, it's hard. It's not
Yeah,
easy to accept, but even Fassavlu is now a long time ago, and even that makes
yeah.
me feel old. Like so,
It
so
was
the
nice
more of
to
them we
have
can
them.
get, Viva's will be another great one.
Yeah, it was nice to have them bring out the 10 Super League trophies, with obviously Big Murray being one of them. But Wigan do it quite a lot, to be fair to
Yeah,
them. They bring some
yeah.
legends out on the pitch. One of them lives next
The
door to me.
club do. I think the clubs do a great job. I think it's just more we don't have the media machine where there's
Yeah,
pundits on loads of channels, there's documentaries, there's big published autobiographies. So make sure you support Channy Crowell's autobiography 'cause it's not like what these footballers get, where it's front
oh, she
shelf
was
of
out
every
there
single
selling it
bookstore.
herself. You know what I mean? She goes out everywhere
Yeah.
selling it herself.
So, and
So
that's what it's all about. So, yeah, so that's something I've loved to know. We can get more like ex players, and I know there must be somebody out there who have got a granddad or something because half the town of St. Helens has a relative that's played for the club. So we're being serious. If you know someone,
yeah,
we'd love to interview them, especially if they're an older generation. You know,
but even
if
ones that like precede our
especially
lifetime.
the ones that are like that might not be around for a lot longer because that's missed history, that's missed
Yeah,
experience you're getting. I remember I was saying to me, saying to one of my mates just a few weeks ago, it was only a few years ago my great granddad died who played for Saints, and that's missed a missed chance to really get all those stories. So if anyone somehow is either listening or knows someone who played in like the 60s, 70s, that'd be incredible. That's
yeah.
like would be a lovely thing to do because the game was so much different and you learn so much about what the actual sport was like when you speak to people like that as well. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I would love to
so
have Kel
yeah,
Cosset, but I believe he's not in great health at the moment. So I
yeah,
think he might want to
unfortunately,
be
we
left
wish him the
alone now.
best as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, obviously. But yeah, that'd be if we're thinking what was good. The any interview was all very proud of them all, but the older ones, and hopefully as a future goal we can get some more of them. But any ex-player, so like I said, I'm thinking really old school, but it's been about 20 years since the 2000s, so there's
yeah.
a
It's
lot of
just
young
crazy that,
fans
isn't
who
it?
won't have seen those players as well. There's a lot of young fans that won't have seen them, so who knows? Maybe we can snatch Tommy Martin at some point. Maybe
That'd be
we'll
interesting.
see. We'll see.
I say
That's my
we had
personal goal.
obviously getting we had Alan Hunt and Steve Hampson for 5 minutes. We had Derek Beaumont for a quarter of an hour, which I didn't expect to get that long, if anything at all. So again,
Oh,
that is down
Hunt for a
to
longer one would be great.
yeah. I mean, that was down
you
to
know,
Martin Blundell from the C Prescott Foundation. He sorted us out
yeah.
there, and
The reason we get any of these
big thank you for
contacts,
this as well.
like,
Sorting us out for this.
mhm.
So
So,
you never know. We are going to
and
play
we do
that game next
appreciate
year, by
that.
the way. I'm making sure of it.
Yes,
Now, see, I've had an idea.
We are indeed.
Like
Oh God,
instead
that's
of
dangerous.
no, no, it's not. It's a good one. This instead of like raising 150 quid each, like a month before, why not start now? Why not start raising some money now? Say, listen, we're interested in
Well,
playing. This is what we've put together.
well, that could also tie me in nicely to a kind of announcement.
Oh, go on, Ben.
And it's more an announcement of an announcement. It's technically an announcement of an announcement, but it is going to happen. So I'll give you people a sneak peek. Uh, I agree with that. Let's get that started in maybe even Jan. Why not? Like get
Yeah,
it boxed off. Get people generated interest early. Um, Pretty much anyone who doesn't know me personally, because I've never mentioned it on the podcast, won't know that I'm a fairly active runner and do like your 10Ks, your half marathons. Done one marathon, almost killed me off. But my plan is, and I'm still having a good look because obviously they come around quick when you're training for a long time. But I've found a few that might be doable. It'll either be a marathon, and if those spaces run out before I can get them, it'll definitely be the half marathon, and I'll be raising money for a number of things. I'm not just doing one. I'm going to pack my schedule next year. It's going to be the most runs. What I've got, like, I can't, because I've not actually pressed buy on the ticket, so I don't want to say I'm definitely doing one. But I've at the moment got 15 events lined up. 15. I've only ever done about 5 or 6 of the year, I think. So I've got 15 events lined up, hopefully ending with a marathon where we're going to raise money for the Steve Prescott Foundation and the MND Foundation, Rob Burrow charity as
beautiful,
well.
beautiful.
And maybe we'll throw some others in. Will depend how many I get confirmed.
Yeah.
If I get all of
There's
them confirmed, I'd
the
love to do
Violet
Saints
Grace one as well.
Foundation too.
We've been approached about
Yes, sorry,
do
of
something for that.
course. Yeah, no, that I have got that written. I have got that
Yeah,
written down here. I'm just blind as a bat at the moment, but yeah. So yeah, Violet Grace as well, and the charity there. So 4 or 5 big causes, and I'm going to put myself through some through some steps. But and that'll all be ready to promote in the new year when I've got everything, when I've been paid basically, and I can book all these events, and some
yeah,
of them I can only book later in the year. And yeah, we'll throw in the game as well. We'll have a big. I think my goal is to use this a big fundraising year. So I've got the runs lined up, but I'm going to have a think. And if anyone else has got their own cause, their own charity, they're doing their own event, leave a comment, drop us a message. My goals have a big fundraising year for things close to the rugby league family's heart and the town of St Helens' heart as well.
yeah.
So the runs are just the start. And the rugby's going to be a part of it for Steve Prescott. And I'm not going to say any more because they're still very early days for some of my other ideas.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have a big charity year is my goal. Some other challenges that are non-running ones as well, hopefully around July, August. But more of that to come, guys. So again,
Well,
if you're
an
in the
idea
charity
I've had, Ben.
space, if you do it yourself, get involved. Like, please get in touch. We'll love to help you out.
Yeah, and I something I've been thinking about for a while now. I have mentioned it to you is putting on a charity game of my own
Yeah.
or our own if you want to get involved.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, I wasn't going to drop that in just in case you didn't want me to. But
Yeah,
yeah, I know that's we'd love to do that, a charity game,
yeah.
and
Now,
we'd have to get people involved for that.
yeah, and
Serious guys.
I want to get as many rugby league like podcasters or content creators involved as well. Maybe
Yeah,
some ex-players if they're up for it. But
yeah,
have a team Gaz versus team Ben.
yeah.
All fun, all chat, all good fun game.
All good fun.
Doesn't have
And
to be full contact. It can be masters rules
we'll,
because
we'll just
old
get some
bastards like
tag
me.
belts, maybe. Yeah, just do some even tag
Yeah.
if we could do that. It's really fun. I have a proposal, and,
Oh,
and this isn't set up. Anyone, this is live on air. Gaz is hearing this for the first time.
he's
Maybe
right.
that could be. Maybe that game could be what decides who was a Wigan shirt for the year after. Or if you lose, we won't make you do it again. We'll do something else. But
Oh,
maybe that could be the big forfeit.
do you know
Maybe
what?
we could do that.
Yeah,
We could
could
do so
be.
just all in good fun, just in good
Yeah,
spirit as the captains. We'll still do our predictions, guys. Don't worry. But
yeah.
maybe we can do a bit of a forfeit for the charity game, and we could get people involved with that. You see, loads of possibilities. So
For charity,
it's going to be a
absolute
big
deal.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what's going to happen if I lose because you won't make me wear a Wigan shirt because you'll be clever. You'll make me wear a fucking Warrington shirt.
I'll get an half and half made up for you.
Oh God! Oh no! Have you said that? Oh, that'd be the most
Hey,
horrendous invention known to man. Oh my God!
it'll be
Oh,
primrose and blue with a Wigan badge on it.
right. Well, tell you what. Right. Okay. I've dug my own grave. I've asked for this, so I've dug my own grave if I
Yeah.
lose.
Yeah.
So I
So
can't blame anyone but myself.
if there's anyone out there who's got contact with people who provide kits for charity games, please let us
Yeah.
know because
Yeah.
that'd be quite good. Where I was going to go now? Yeah, so there's been plenty of people who have helped out over the year as well. Off their
Loads.
own backs, off their own backs. Tom Ferguson, first of all, does a pretty much every week.
Mm-hmm.
Really helps us out. He's part of the in that number family now as a full member. Um,
Yeah.
Red V Pins for sponsoring the 2025 season. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Um, Collaborations with other podcasters. We've had
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Lou from the Rugby League podcast. We've worked with him a couple of times. The Wakefield Heritage podcast. We've worked with them.
Yeah.
Um,
Great lads. Yeah.
Jordan at the Mighty Rhinos podcast. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Rory Appleton from on Instagram, Shirts of the Saints. I've got an outstanding collection of not just Saints shirts, but match worn,
Mm-hmm.
signed, and all that.
If you're a
If you're into that sort of stuff,
bit of a
which
fan of
we very much
collectors and
are.
stuff, give him a yeah. Check him out. Yeah.
Yeah. And a couple of old mates of mine who've popped on for big games. We've had Cal Robson on for the Good Friday game. And I bumped into an old mate, Paul Tress, at the Rodney in Warrington before that game, and he done a pre-match with us. So thank you very much, lads.
Thank you
I
all.
mean,
Thank you.
we would not be where we are now without even putting a little bits of help in there, just what a little things that are.
Mhm.
But the biggest thank you goes to you lot for listening.
Yeah.
Without that, there's no point.
Listen, we can see the numbers, we can see the follows, the what the episodes do on Spotify. Didn't expect that much so quick. Like, generally didn't. Um, there's already a Saints podcast. There might even be another smaller one. Possibly there might even be other people doing it with the mates. It's a saturated market, podcast in general, and you've got professional rugby league ones that I'm sure fans might listen to, and to find time to listen to two miserable gits just moan
That's what we
constantly
do with rugby league,
uh,
though, isn't it?
is didn't expect it, and hopefully we can kick on. So yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do even
And
getting in more comments on TikTok as well for
yeah,
some clips, and yeah, wow, mad, love it.
I mean the video where I sort of give Liam Moore a red card behind his back. That
Yeah,
went half. It went like fractionally viral. So we'll take that all day long.
but it was on the verge. It was almost
Yeah, it
kicked
was
off that.
30 odd thousand views. We'll take that for a stupid 10-second video. You know what I mean? Where was going to go? Yeah. So
Maybe we can get
we
Liam
are going
Moore
to
on for an
start. We
interview.
are going to we are going to give back to the people who listen because from next season onwards, I think maybe once a month we're going to invite um, just a general Saints fan onto the podcast.
Yeah.
Come and give us your opinions on what's going on at the time and where you think we should go and what things should be done differently within the team.
Yeah.
Because we not just accept other opinions, we encourage it. Because what me and him talk about, when you could come on, say something completely
Mhm.
different, we go, do you know what? That makes a lot more sense.
Mhm.
You could change our minds completely. So that's something we're going to do
So
going
yeah,
forward.
so look out for that, and whoever you are, if you want to come have a moan, or hopefully next season, less moaning and come have a lovely chat after a nice win, you can do that next season. That's going
Yeah.
to be available to you.
And we do moan, but we are just being honest with what we see, and we're not. out here slagging the club
So
off
it
or
was
anything like that, you know.
it was a challenging season to start a Bloody Saints
Yeah, it
podcast
was, yeah. And I'm glad we
because
did.
it
Because
probably
I'd
would have
rather
been
do it with
easier.
that
Yeah,
than when we're on high, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But
because
you
there's not
can
as it's
gradually watch
easy to
down, we
get
get
a
better.
lot. Yeah, 'cause it's also easy, I think, to get a lot of like support from a lot of more maybe like casual like fans, and
Yeah,
it's not a dig or anything. It's you know it is people have different things going on in life, and not everyone is as nutters as we are and consumes all rugby league every week. I just think it would have
yeah,
just been, and even for the more hardcore fans, you want to listen to loads of people talking about you when you're great. Like, I'll be perfectly honest. I probably wouldn't listen to loads of another Saints podcast after some of the losses we've had because it just wind me up even more. So the fact
yeah,
that a lot of you have come out and done it, knowing that we're going to be bringing up a lot of the time things that we're all getting annoyed about, that is more harder work than doing it when we're flying high at the top
yeah.
and everybody wants to jump on and jump on and give their 2 cents when everything's going great. So yeah, so in a weird way, didn't enjoy last season, but I think for our podcast, it's probably the best thing because hopefully we can start making some progress and we've already built a good foundation there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'd like to think people will watch that game. Like, say we have a game, say we get absolutely blasted by Wigan or whatever. I like to think that there's people out there saying, "Wonder what these two are going to say about this."
they're probably thinking, how bloody long is Ben going to moan about the subs this week?
But
And
what
you know
you're
what?
saying, what you think?
Yeah, and also it's over. The sub drama is gone finally.
Yeah,
So I'll have
and
to pick
that's why
something else
we
to moan
record.
about next year.
Yeah, that's why. Like,
Yeah.
say we played a game Friday, we record the following Thursday because it's given us time to calm down, digest it,
Yes.
analyze it, and then we can talk about it in a
People
civilized way
listening are probably
rather than
thinking. People listening now are probably thinking, "Canal, that's those two when they've calmed down a bit." Trust me, you don't want to see us two in the
oh
stand
no.
or in a pub on game day. You do not want to see that if it goes badly. Trust me. You're glad that
Yeah.
we do it on a Thursday or a Friday or sometimes a Wednesday, whatever. You're glad of it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it where you see like you look on social media and you see all these like post-match reaction and like you see them and not just rugby league, but like football, everything. And emotions are still pretty high. We could just come out the stadium, but it's where we're different. We do a pre-match where we talk about what we think's going to happen, and then we digest it over a week, and then we put it out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, because I think instant reactions. I mean,
I get
it's
it.
good
I
engagement.
enjoy them.
It is good engagement still, yeah. And I think I've done it before. I think you've done it before, Gaz, and other podcasts too. Like sometimes you do want that outlet, but also you can then look back, I think, and be like, oh, a bit
Yeah,
embarrassed that like I'm not actually that annoyed, like because it's something you love and it's the heat of the moment. So I think having those few days is key. And not to say that we won't ever do post match stuff because you and Tom have done plenty of that as well, and not to say we'll never do that with fans, but I think it's great. Let's have a sit down. If we're going to moan, then that's fine, but it's going to be based on you know balanced feelings and not just I want to strangle a referee or a certain
yeah.
player or whatever. Um, so yeah, it's looking good for next season. I tell you what, because I forgot to mention another one of my highlights,
Oh, I
and we kind of brushed past it quickly. But I won the prediction competition.
was
Hey,
hoping. Yeah,
hey,
I
by a single
so
point.
oh, yeah. So on the I think it's the 20th of February we played Lee at home, isn't it?
We do indeed,
So I will
and
be
listeners,
outside. Yep,
I have a Wigan shirt.
of course you do. But yeah, I will be there on camera outside the Brewdog Stadium before the game with a Wigan shirt on, and
And
it's
he'll be
going to be
doing his.
fantastic. It's going to be great because not only have we got I have to put a Wigan shirt on, so I'm going to get grief from Saints fans. We've got Lee fans there as well,
There's Lee fans, and
so it's going to
again,
be double trouble.
uh, and guys, that's not going to be like at a pub or a house beforehand. That's
It's
going to be
outside
outside
the
the
stadium.
ground. So We're West Standers, so come round. We'll remind you closer to the time, but feel free to come and have a chat with us, more importantly, but also to have a look at Gaz in his lovely Wigan shirt as well.
Yeah.
It
Well,
won't be on for long. He'll have that off as soon as he can. So
I do have a
don't miss it.
suggestion towards that.
Oh,
How about I do the pre-match in that?
I think it's got to be done, Annie. Come on. That's good.
I'll do
That's
that.
a
Right,
fair
so
amount.
do the pre-match in that.
And
'Cause
then
I
as
don't
soon
know
as
the
it's
songs.
done, you can rip it off.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, look at
there
it off.
we
You want
go.
it back, don't you?
Well, yeah. Don't literally rip it, but
Yeah. Well, all right. I will stand there. You can join the pre-match with us, and I'll try and do it as seriously as possible.
yeah,
'cause that's just
try
gonna
and
be
keep a
funnier.
straight face while random people are
Yeah.
shouting at him. You Wigan this, you Wigan that. Which you know, unfortunately, will happen. 'cause
Oh,
some people
it's coming. It's coming. Well, hey, listen. A wager is a wager.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
Take it on the chin and just get it done.
at some point, I'm sure you'll get your sweet revenge when the time comes.
Law of averages.
Law of averages, that's it.
Yeah. So, like, just to put some like sort of, well, not really news, but
Well,
I was
should we
listening
talk about? Should we quickly talk about the Saints news before we get
Yeah.
to the last bit? Because it's not fully confirmed, but we know our resident transfer journalist at Saints, Matthew Shaw, for anyone who's missed it, has leaked another one, which isn't completely confirmed. But listen, I know he rubs some people the wrong way. Personally, I quite enjoy a lot of his stuff, and I know he does, but I know he does rub some people the wrong way. When it comes to his transfer news, he's right 99.9% of the time. So I think we can fairly safely say that Nenny McDonald will be playing for Saints next season, to be confirmed, but almost certainly.
We're just waiting on that.
What do you reckon?
It'd be a very good backup for Matt Purcell when he's injured, because not to knock him, but he does pick up the injuries a lot more frequently now, doesn't he?
Does.
And it'll be a good little mentor for I Robertson there as well. Another experienced player for him to work with.
That said, I think it's a great signing. And again, it's always the caveat.
It's a player Rowley knows.
Yeah, it's always the caveat when you say that of, well, technically no, because I've seen people comment it before. Technically, no signing's a great signing until they've played well. I know on paper, it's a good signing. Obviously, last season he didn't play loads. He was caught up in the Salford, nonsense. He was home for a while. His last full season, 2024, he was in the dream team. So he's obviously still a very good player. He'll suit the style of play Rowley wants to play. Yeah, he was. Yes, sorry, yeah, he was at Leeds. Suits the style of play that Rowley wants to play. I would be tempted to start him, and it's not to say that I obviously rate Percival at Robertson. I've got a feeling they might want to potentially, depending on what happens, Robertson could potentially move to another position.
It's a big body at centre, though, isn't it? Which is what we've not got.
It's a big strike power. I'd be tempted, maybe I'm umming and ahhing over this constantly, maybe to start him over Percival and have Percival as a utility role. But it's a good problem to have, because that was one of the few roles. The only other position that we're weak now is hooker, really. But even centre, with the great starters, we were only a couple of injuries away from players playing out of position.
Yeah.
We were like one injury away from Dion Cross, and
Matt Whitley
not to knock Cross at all. Solid, hard working. He's not your top flashy player.
He's better on the wing anyway, isn't he?
And he is better on the wing. But we were only an injury away from him being the first in, 2 injuries away from, like you said, like poor Matt Whitley having to play out of position at centre. So, all right, you might say, oh, he's going to want to start. Robertson and Percival. Hey, it's a good problem to have. You're going to have knocks.
We've been light at centre for a while.
Yeah, you're going to have knocks. You're going to have injuries. You're going to just want to naturally rotate depending on the opposition. He can play wing. He can do a job at fullback as well. So it's a great signing, in my opinion, on paper. Again, to be confirmed, but Matt Shaw's usually right.
Yeah, going through the whole situation.
And you know what? I'll say, and they did leave it strangely late to announce all of this, so I think I was fair enough in thinking what I thought, but I was completely wrong. they did address a lot of problems transfer wise. I still don't think it's perfect, but this is year one for me of a
Yeah,
transition.
it can't be done overnight.
For me, this is way ahead of what I expected because sometimes you can only get 2 or 3 players in a window. It's rugby
Yeah,
league, it's tough. The fact that the only position we've been left weak, in my opinion, is hooker, considering going into it, we had about 4 positions
loose.
weak. To be, again, no one's as good as Knowles, but I don't think it's weak. It's
Yeah.
not as good as Knowles, but we've got, for me, good, solid, loose forward options. Hooker for
Do
me is
need
the
to
big one.
remember.
You
Do
know,
need to remember that those boots that Knowles is leaving are massive boots, and it was same when Roby retired.
Mhm.
You can bring in anyone you want.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same.
Well, and the perfect example is Daz Clark. Is he
Yeah.
Roby? No, but has he
No,
done
but
well? Yeah,
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 it's
done
done.
really well.
It's Clark.
Yeah, done really well. So I think as long as we keep the same attitude, because I think to be fair to what us fans in general, I was expecting to get a real tough time, Clark. But you know what? Fair enough. Most people appreciated what he's brought, and
Yeah.
they've recognised who Daz Clark is, and they're not
Oh, listen,
comparing
he's
him.
got a song, so he's done
You
something
know.
right.
So yeah, so I thought this would take 2 or 3 off seasons to slowly sort out. For me, Hooker's the big one. We've got a pretty old Hooker. Burns is again for me solid, works hard, but I just my opinion. I don't think he's the answer going forward. And
Yeah,
then
we'll
what
only know if he gets more game time.
you have to then after them play what Lomax at hooker, Sailor barely ever played there. So
Think Wingfield can play hooker as well.
Wingfield too again, yeah, not really a hooker, but that's a great position to only have for me one position where it's pretty weak depth, not in players, just in depth.
Yeah,
That's a great job because I was thinking we're going to have about 4 positions. I was thinking we'll have centre, we'll have prop, we'll have halfback, and we've addressed most of it. So incredible job done to that's to Saints behind the scenes, to Rush, to
is this
Rowley if
down
he's
to
had
Dave Hutchison though?
to Rowley if he's
Got
had
to be.
any influence too. So yeah, I did not expect to have so little gaps. Now again, the
I think
signings
we're
may all
forgetting about the
turn.
biggest name that we've signed as well, David Clemmer.
Yeah, the signings that all might turn out to be rubbish, and actually we're back to square one. So before anyone
But
has a little
they've had a
poke
go.
at me, they've done it logically. If it goes
Yeah,
wrong, you can't blame the club. Is what I'm saying. If it goes wrong, you can't blame the club for signing the players because
yeah.
everyone is backing it. I've seen fans all over social media. 95% are backing it. So don't start turning round if any of them go wrong and have a go at the club because I'm the first one to do it because I think they need to be held accountable. They've done well for me. They've done really well.
Yeah.
And then next year you can think about a hooker, and then the only other one that's a maybe for me is second rowers. Not in terms of the players numbers we've got, but I thought they all underperformed a bit. Now, granted, a lot of the team did, and a fresh start and a new coach, it might be fine, guys. It might
Yeah.
be problem solved. But I personally only thought Sirinin had a really good year at second row, and no one else really did. But again, it's a clean start, fresh slate. So hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. But yeah,
Yeah.
over the moon with the progress we've made in a few months. Like they've made us sweat as fans, but over the moon, over the moon.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the back row situation, I mean, Siona Matauti went, he didn't get replaced.
Yeah.
Really.
And
then
I don't think Whitley was used correctly.
No.
I think we played very narrow, our second rowers, and they were almost just extra props at times. And it's not Whitley's game. He needs to be running wide angles near the centre, hitting the gaps, So, there's a lot of that. And it's not just him. I think Sirinin was affected by it, but I thought his form got better as the year went on. Obviously, Wingfield had his problems and injuries. I don't think he was incredible when he played, but again, he never really got a great run to prove himself. So that's just me with a bit of a pessimistic hat on when I say the second row wasn't loose, but everything's set up to at least have a big improvement. I will say one thing though, and then I'll hand it over to you, see what you think, Gaz. But yes, it's all exciting. New players, new coach, he's saying the right things. This might not happen overnight on the field, right? All of us as fans gave Wellens, I would say a good 2 and a bit years before the consensus started to change.
Yeah.
If we're rubbish until April, let's not have the Rowley's a bust, all the signings are rubbish, sack him halfway through the season. It might take a while on the pitch because we're going to completely change our style of play. That doesn't just happen in an off season. You need experience playing teams, I think. So off season will get you so far. But I think really our pre-season is going to be February to like April, May. I generally think it is in a way. But then I think we're going to see the Saints come into their own. So hopefully everyone keeps a sensible head on and realize. And listen, we already know, don't we, both of us, that there'll be some minority on social media if we lose a couple of games early on saying blah, blah, blah. But hopefully our listeners are the more educated Saints fan. Our
Listen,
listeners,
you get some people that complain if we won the treble.
Yeah. So hopefully that's just my little plea to the listeners. And again, you guys seem to know what you're on about, so I'm sure it won't be you. But we could lose the first couple of games. We could do. It's Warrington and Lee. We could lose them, lads. It's not the end of the world. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. And I was willing, and we were all willing to give Wellens loads of time, as we should have. Let's give the same time. Just because he's not a club legend, which I do think played a part in a lot of the patience, I don't agree with that. I think the same patience should be given to Rowley to have time as well. But
I think Rowley will have more patience because he's not in any way tied to the club until he signed that contract.
True. I generally think Wellens got more because he was the legend, because we all wanted it to work. We all desperately did. Rowley doesn't really have that connection. So I think there's a certain subsection of the fans that I know are going to be straight in. Like, we never should have got rid of Wello. It's like, it's been and done now. It's been and done. Back the team, back the current coach. That's what Wellens, by the way, would want you to do.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, when he came on, he wished the club well.
Yeah.
He had no hard feelings towards it. So that was very big of him.
Yeah.
Regarding the back rowers, I mean, obviously, I mentioned Sione went and never got replaced. But we're also losing Joe Batchelor and James Bell, who both play there.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why we brought in so many back rowers. Shane Wright, Jacob Horst, who's the other fella? Hosty, yeah. So the replacing where players have gone out now, which I think is what we've been needing.
And I guess technically Shorrocks can run at second row as well.
Yeah, because he's utility forward. He
tends to be more of a loose ball playing type of forward, but that could happen. But yeah, I think Batchelor, really underperformed, and it hurts me to say.
Yeah, his best year was 2022, wasn't it?
Yeah, I even thought 23 was solid, maybe a bit of a drop.
He just had injuries.
And then I think 24, 25. And I think he'll probably admit a lot of that himself, and he'll probably be hoping for a good fresh slate at Hull. But Bell, I actually thought in some tough scenarios where a lot of the team, whether it was injuries, whether it was injuries or whether the team was playing poorly, I actually thought Bell was good when he played. I was one of the fans calling for him to have loads more minutes. I think we really...
I was.
I think we both had a big rant about it. Only fairly early on in the podcast. Can't remember the episode number, obviously. But that was one of my big sticking points of Wellens, is that I really didn't agree that he didn't use Bell more. And I think when he's fully fit and firing, I think we'll regret that a little bit. Maybe not regret, because maybe the signings will all do the job that they brought here to do, and it's fine. But I was very surprised, especially with Knowles leaving and Rowley likes a ball playing forward. Bell would have been perfect. So, but, it is what it is. And it's a bit wait and see with the forwards. I thought Wrighty showed promise, to be fair, again.
Yeah.
Played in a team that I don't think maybe suited how he could play. Well,
either way, he's written into Saints folklore now.
Yeah. I still think Whitley's got more to give with the ball. Fine without it, very good without it. So we'll see, it's exciting though, because there's going to be a lot of change, and the process, just enjoy the process. It's not going to be pretty or perfect overnight, but you're going to get to witness a complete 180 in a philosophy of rugby with your own eyes. And that's quite a really cool thing to see, because I remember Holbrook's early days and
Christian Wolf's early days.
Even some of the day, even early on, because obviously we had the coaching trio came in after Cunningham, and they were just there to steady the ship, be interim. We pretty much played very similar style of rugby. I remember Holbrook coming in, and even in some games we lost early on, some of the things we were trying, it's exciting. It's great to see, and when it finally clicks, that's a magical moment. And there'll be a game for me. There'll be one game where it clicks and
Yeah.
you'll really, it's a great process to see. We've seen it before, and hopefully we get to see it again.
Yeah. I mean, look at when Christian Wool first come in, it wasn't looking good at all. And then obviously the COVID happened. Well, it was already happening at the time, but the lockdown happened, and he just made sure his players got fit in that
And
time. Used the time well.
Remember that if it starts poorly with Rowley, he doesn't have the luxury of taking a 3-month break to get everyone ready.
Yeah.
Wolves started pretty poorly, and I'm pretty sure he'd have turned it around anyway because it just needed more time. Like I said, off season, you can't just do it all in one. To change, put your own stamp on things and your own authority. So just remember that. Like, people forget because it was only a few games and then he got the big break to constantly work with them for a while. Rowley's might have to do that while losing some games early on. So it is what it is. It's going to be all right. We're going to have optimism, Ben, this year.
Bloody hell.
Let's go for it.
One thing I want to bring up.
Yeah.
I listened to Blake Costin on the, What's the Message podcast?
Yes. Yeah.
And some of the points we brought up in regarding to going, like what he do going forward with Super League, I think a lot of it made sense. Like in regards to like the TV. I mean, can't do anything about it at the minute because Sky Sports have got the monopoly on it. But if you can find someone who'll do it cheaper, and then you can focus more on the game, it would work.
It's like, I always think it's a tricky one with the TV stuff. Because I know last time around, I believe DAZN and BT, it was BT at the time, TNT now. I'll have to find the article. I'm pretty sure they were interested. Sky just outbid them. That's how low at the time they were offering. But all our numbers are really good in terms of viewing figures. There was a big report published. Crowds are up, viewing figures are up. For all the stick that some of the chairmen in our leagues like to give them, weirdly, because they're only acting on the RFL's orders, IMG does seem to have had a good effect in a lot of off the field stuff and improving the look of and the attractability of clubs. The thing is, we could probably make more money going streaming, but then you get less eyes on the sport and you get less casuals coming across it, and you get I
don't know. I mean, if Rugby League went on to Netflix, right? Super League went to Netflix.
Yeah, like you said.
And how much type people spend flicking through that, looking for something, go, oh, rugby's on here.
No, true. They're still the popular, but I think, and again, maybe I'm wrong now in 2025. I've not done the research, but I would hazard a guess that even though it's not free TV, that Sky would have a lot more users than any other. Like Sky Sports would have more than any other streaming site. I would imagine. I could be wrong though, to be fair. It's like, what do you do? Do you go with others that might get you more cap money in the pot, or do you have those really good looking figures at Sky for a longer term? But I would imagine as long as, and it's a big if because it's rugby league and it's the RFL and we can't go a day without doing something ridiculous. If we're going on the track we're on, I would imagine we surely must have a competitive bidding war for the next rights. We surely must have. But that's to come, and that process I think will start next year, won't it?
Like Netflix or any like Amazon or whatever. The thing they will hold against anyone is the convenience. So if you're like, say, I don't know, you're staying in a hotel somewhere, obviously you're not going to have Sky Sports in the room, but you've got Wi-Fi. You can take a Fire Stick.
You do have now TV for Sky though. You got to remember that too.
They've got a good point.
Sky Sports.
It's extra money on top of what you're already paying, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is as well.
I think that's why this Super League Plus hasn't worked, because it's an extra added.
To be fair, I think that's mainly for fans abroad. That's what I got the sense of. That's for because it is a lot tougher unless you use a VPN. But I get not everyone knows what they're doing. I think that was mainly for those like expats, and I think it plays a role. We have talked before though about how there probably should be more media put on Super League Plus to make it more attractive to buy.
Yeah.
We had a rant about this. I think
It should be more media on it, full stop.
yeah. So you can't just have the odd game. You should have like a boots and all show on it. Have a weekly chat show that's only on Super
That's
League
another
Plus.
thing you brought up. Like
Things like that.
whoever wants the rights to say, right, we want a Thursday night show, like the footy show or something like that.
Let's not forget we used to have that, and we got rid of
boots
it.
and all. Yeah,
Like we got rid of
You
it.
imagine,
Let's not forget we didn't have that, guys. We had boots and all, and then we had boots and all the tries. So we had a match of the day, and then we had like a sit down show. We need that stuff. That's key. That's like sport punditry 101. Like you need your weekly punditry show, guests in, analysts. You need a
they
proper
had it on
highlight
BBC,
show.
but they put it like the graveyard shift now.
Yeah. Well, they have that for the highlights, but a proper like boots and all. Bring back boots and all. It was good. I used to love that.
Imagine a rugby league version of Soccer AM.
Yeah. Bring it back. Get the footy show UK. Footy show UK. Get it on. Get it done. That's a no-brainer. And a proper highlight show on Sky as well would be nice too, considering you show the effing games. But...
Not another red button bookie fiasco.
Oh, God, yeah. And not just BBC showing it at 20 to midnight on a Monday and the third full moon of the...
That's the only problem. Not that red button stuff just does my head in.
So, but yeah, I agree with him. And I think hopefully an alternative provider is willing to do that and we can go with them, like your TNT or your Prime. I think TNT would be a good one to go for if the money is there from them.
Yeah, they like to make a song and dance about everything that they put on.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame though that they only recently in the last couple of years got union rights. So do they want to saturate the market even more that they've got? I think they might still go for it with we've got more teams in the league, so it's more money for them.
On its arse, though,
the domestic league isn't great at all now.
International's still flying.
If they can get a deal like that, then surely we can. But like I said, viewing figures up, attendance is up. People's facilities generally looking better, clubs looking more attractive. Even though I don't agree with doing it so soon, I do understand that more teams can potentially in the future lead to more money, coming into the game and more paid games on TV. So, we've got a lot of things in our favour. It's just up to the RFL to negotiate it properly, and that's where I get a bit worried.
Yeah. Somehow we've ended up moaning about the RFL again.
We need
to have an RFL section.
Listen, you know what? I just say it how it is. And if they ever did anything absolutely bloody spot on, I'd be the first to say it. There is another thing I want to moan at them for, but you know what? I actually can't be bothered.
We're trying to keep it positive this week.
You know what? I'll moan about that the first episode back because it's about it's the internationals and the fact they haven't made any room for no games in the season. And not only that, there's no training camps leading up to a World Cup. So I'll leave it there because I'll start another 20-minute rant for both of us if we start on that. But you've got
that's put it nicely.
You've got that to look forward to for week one because that'll still be an issue to talk about in week one in Feb. So or Jan. So yeah, look forward to that. That rant's coming. Listen, if they just stop being shit, guys, I won't moan about them. Simple as that.
Exactly. It's they're bringing it on themselves, aren't they?
Oh God, hell, do they? Gee, not even touch the potential legal drama that might be happening with the NCL and the restructure they're enforcing on the community game. Not even really started with that, so we'll leave it there for next season.
That's one to start with next year.
Starts with me to go on. Dry arsed.
So I think we can wrap that up. The Steve Prescott Foundation versus Mickey Iron Fun game.
I
didn't get to catch any because I had the store set up, but I believe it went off really well. So well done to Martin and the Steve Prescott Foundation for sorting all that out.
Unfortunately, I was dying on my arse that day, so I couldn't make it. But still, I'll still thank him as well. Really great event put on and loads of help for Gaz. So thumbs up. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So we'll wrap that up now, and we'll bring. We're recording this on Wednesday, so tomorrow, Thursday, we've got Phil Vivas on for a chat about his career. and we'll see you then.
And I believe we'll be back for pre-season and the friendly, the
Oh,
testimonial,
let's remember
Matty
something.
Lees.
We have another pre-season friendly that's they've been just been added quietly at Swindon Lions on the
Oh,
10th of
with
January.
the young lads playing against Swinton. Yeah.
I seen pictures from that first one, and there's a lot of first team players in that, so
Yeah,
hopefully more of that.
I
I'm going to
remember
try and
going
get
to
down to
that.
that.
I saw that at Ruskin. I think it was either last year or maybe it was the year before, actually. It might have been the
Yeah,
year before, where they did a similar thing. It was like a couple of first teamers, and then they gave like a mix of reserve and academy a run out, and
yeah,
it was really useful to watch, actually. It was exciting to see the future, you know. So yeah, so we'll be back in Jan for all the friendly previews. We'll
yeah.
do stuff on
And
Matty
Joe, we'll
Lees, I
cover
think.
the
And
community clubs, local
yeah.
community clubs, in the Challenge Cup round one games, and well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, round one, yeah. That's on the same
Yeah,
weekend
so
as
we'll
that,
cover
so
the cups and
we'll keep an eye on that.
I'll try and get down to some community games because I know they do start early. So yeah, I'll
Yeah,
be trying to get down, see what Liverpool Lions are doing these days if they're still knocking about because they're not too far from me. Um, so yeah, well, all that good stuff. So
yeah. Also,
unless
if you want us to come down to your club, like in St Helens,
yeah,
and do a piece, speak to some of the players and the coaches and all that.
yeah, I'd love to
You
do
know, see,
features.
get the opinions from the community clubs as well, and
Yeah.
how things are being run and all that. So we're happy
And
to do that.
it is another idea we've been thinking about, but obviously there's just a lot to go through when we have a break. But features on community clubs in St Helens, you
Yeah,
know,
that's what I mean.
we are a St Helens podcast, and that is all rugby in St Helens. So, you know, yeah, be great
Listen,
to.
without the grassroots and community clubs, there's no
Mhm.
professional
Well,
game.
it dies very quickly because there isn't any
Yeah,
other. There's not loads of foreign leagues all playing it. We can get players from, so it dies pretty quickly without it. So,
yeah.
yeah, I'd love to do that. I sit down with people at Brook, at Thatto, you know, Clock, you know, all clubs like that. That'd be great as well. If anyone's involved in any of those clubs, junior or men's open age, yeah, another idea for the table. Give us a shout.
That's a point. I was approached by someone from Garswood Stags who asked if we can do a shout out here, so we're going to do that
Come
now.
on, yeah, let's do it.
So, it is for. Let me try and find it. So I've seen the post here somewhere. I'm on the wrong bloody page. Hang on.
Only the most professional preparation on this podcast.
Listen, we're natural, all right?
Where we are.
Oh, there we go. That's the right
There we
page. So
go.
there it is. So it's called the Project Floodlight, and they're basically trying to raise money for new floodlights, basically, so they can train in the winter as well. Um, what what are they looking for here? So they're going to be doing like raffles and stuff like that. I'll put a link on the social medias and stuff like that so you can see for yourselves.
Yeah,
But it's crowdfunded, and I think they need altogether 9 grand for these. I think like the
right.
mobile floodlights.
Yes,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
we'll
floodlights are extremely expensive. I know that
yeah.
very
Well, you
well.
will do from cables.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. And like I said, in a lot of it's a very dark country a lot of the time. Like you literally just can't play games if all those facilities aren't what they need to be, and that can cripple the club. So yeah, shout out to them, support them. If they're still cracking on with that in Jan, maybe we can sort something out with them to do a little feature on them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, just go to Gaz Wustag's social media pages, and you'll see for yourselves.
yeah,
They're
and
posting everything up there. So
get in there, guys, please.
yeah, and I'm sure there's other community clubs that need help, so we're happy to do what we can with them as well.
Yeah, and that's going to be all part of this. Like I said, my big vision for the big fundraising year. Should have mentioned that actually. Yeah, obviously community club initiatives
Yeah,
as well. I'll add you to the list. Please feel free.
yeah. So yeah, just get in touch with us, and we will do what we can for you.
Fantastic. So I think is that it? Have we done it?
Yeah, I
Have we
think that.
made a
Yeah,
year?
we've made a year. We've actually
Hey!
had to do this a day late. because the anniversary was the 9th, but Ben worked well, so he's like, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Rather have Ben on full form than
Well, he was going to
than
call me
have.
something then. Hey!
I wouldn't do that to you. I'll say it to you.
Yeah, last word from me. We've said it all, but yeah, thank you very much. Sum it all
Yep,
up with a big thank you.
yep. And we'll be back tomorrow with Phil Vivas, so we will see you there.
See you then.